Number 1 is the third term of an arithmetic progression is 23 and the sum of the first 7 terms is 210. Find the common difference, find the first term, and also find the sum of the first 20 terms. Now let's go straight to the solution. Don't forget that it is arithmetic progression. We are given third term T3 to be 23, and we are also given the sum of the first 7 terms to be 210. That's S7 equals to 210. So the question says we should find the common difference, the first term, and the sum of the first 20 terms. So let's take it one by one. So since it is an AP, then the nth term of an AP, don't forget it is Tn, equals to A plus n minus 1d. Okay, so let's substitute. T3 is equals to A plus 3 minus 1d because n is equals to 3. Don't forget that we don't know A, we don't know d. So which means that our T3, which is 23, don't forget T3 is 23. So 23 is equals to A plus 2d. So you can call that one equation 1. So let's go to the second one, which is the sum of the first 7 terms. S7 equals to 210. So because it is sum of n terms, so the formula will be, the formula is going to be Sn equals to n over 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. Okay, so let us substitute. S7 is equals to, don't forget, n is equals to 7. So which means that our I7 will be equals to 7 over 2, 7 over 2, sorry for that, 7 over 2 into bracket 2a, because we don't know a, plus our n is 7, that will be 7 minus 1 into bracket d, because we don't know the common difference. So we have S7 to be equals to 210. No, 210 is S7. So 210 equals to 7 over 2 into bracket 2a plus 6d. So since there's a fraction there, we can multiply everything by 2. Because of that denominator of 7 over 2, that's denominator 2. So we can multiply 2 by both sides. So which means we are going to have 2 multiplied by 210 is equals to 7 over 2 times 2 into bracket 2a plus 6d. So we multiply 210 by 2, that will give us 420. Yes, 210 will give us 420 equals to 2 cancel 2, so it remains 7 into bracket 2a plus 6d. So the next thing we are going to do is to open the brackets, and that will give us 14a plus 42d. Now if you notice very well, you notice that 7 can go in everything. So we can divide both sides by 7, because 7 can go in 420, 7 can go in 14a, 7 can go in 42d. So if we divide everything by 7, 420 over 7 will give us 60, right? I mean, to give us, okay, 14 can go, so let's use 14 to divide. So that will be 30 equals to a plus 3d, because 14 can go in 420, 14 can go in 14a, 14 can go in 42d. So we can call that one equation 2. So solving the simultaneous equation, let's solve the simultaneous equation. Now solving the simultaneous equation, we can use elimination method. We can eliminate that a in equation 1 and a in equation 2, because both of them have the same coefficient 1 1. So how can we eliminate them? We can eliminate them by subtracting everything, equation 1 from equation 2. So we have 30 minus 23 equals to a minus a is already 0. Yes, a minus a is already 0. Then we have 3d minus 2d. So 30 minus 23 will give us 7 equals to d, because 3d minus 2d is d. So d is equals to 7. Now that's our common difference. So common difference is 7. Now we need to find the value of the first term, which is a. So from equation 1, you can use any equation actually. From equation 1, we have 23 equals to a plus 2d. So we are going to substitute the value of d, which is 7, into the equation. So substitute for d equals to 7. So we are going to have 23 equals to a plus 2 into bracket 7, which is d. So 23 is equals to A plus 14. So collect the like times. We are going to have 23 minus 14 equals to A. So A is equals to 9. So our first term is 9. Our common difference is 7. Okay, common difference is 7. First term is 9. So the last question says, find the sum of the first 20 terms. The sum. Don't forget the formula is Sn equals to n over 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. That's the formula for finding sum of n terms of an AP. So that's the formula we're going to use. N over 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. Okay. So we are looking for the sum of the 20 terms, which means that n is equals to 20. N equals to 20. So we have S20 to be equals to 20 over 2 because n is 20. 20 over 2 into bracket 2 multiplied by A is 9 plus 20 minus 1 into bracket 7 because D is equals to 7. So S20, the sum of 20 terms, is equals to 2 in 20, 10. So 10 into brackets 18, 2 times 9, 18, plus 20 minus 1, 19 times 7. And that will give us 10 into brackets 10 plus multiply 19 by 7, and that will give us 133. So, and that will be 10 into brackets 18 plus 133, that's 151. Multiply 151 by 10, that's 1510. So sum of the 20 terms is 1510. The second question is this. Form a quadratic equation whose roots are minus 1 over 3 and 5. The roots are minus 1 over 3 and 5. We should form a quadratic equation. Now, the first thing we need to do is to let any letter, actually, you can use x, you can use y, to be equals to minus 1 over 3. And x to be equals to 5. That's the first thing. Then after that, the one with fraction, you can cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, you are going to have 3 multiplied by x. That's 3x equals to minus 1. Okay. Then move minus 1 to the other side. That will be 3x plus 1 equals to 0. Then that second one will be move 5 to the other side. We have x minus 5 equals to 0. So 3x plus 1 and x minus 1. Put them inside the brackets. Then after that, expand them. So we have 3x into brackets x minus 5 plus 1 into brackets x minus 5 equals to 0. Expand. We are going to have 3x times x, that's 3x squared, minus 3x times 5, minus 15x, plus 1 times x minus 5 equals to 0. Minus 15x plus x is minus 14x. So we have 3x squared minus 14x minus 5 equals to 0. That's the final answer. The next one is this. A man covers a distance of 8 kilometers to a stadium in 1 hour. He walks part of the distance at 6 kilometers per hour and runs the rest at 10 kilometers per hour. How many kilometers did he run? Now, looking at this question, if you look at this question carefully, the stadium, the distance covered is 8 kilometers. The distance covered is 8 kilometers. Okay. Now the man is walking. The man is walking. Look at the first one. That's 6 kilometers. From that place to that where the man is, that's 6 kilometers. 6 kilometers per hour. Sorry. We don't know the distance. Let the distance be d. The distance covered when the man was running. Now, speed is equals to what? Distance over time. Speed is distance over time. The speed covered, the speed used at that time is 6. So that will be 6 equals to d over t. Let's say t is the time. So d is equals to 6t. Now, for the second journey. So the man was running, he was running. So for the second journey, d will now be, the distance will be 8 minus d, because he used 10 kilometers per hour actually. So it will be 8 minus d. Don't forget, total time is what? Total time is 1 hour. The hour taken. The t is the time taken when he was walking. So the time taken while running will be 1 minus t. Now speed equals to distance over time. Don't forget the distance will be d minus 8, right? Speed is 10 I mean 8 minus d, sorry. Distance is 8 minus d. You have to remove that d from the total distance, which is 8. So that will be 8 minus d over the time. Time is now 1 minus t. 1 minus t. Cross multiply. 10 into bracket 1 minus t is equals to 8 minus d. Open the brackets. 10 minus 10t equals to 8 minus d. 8 minus 6d. 60, because d is equals to 60. Don't forget. So collect light time. So we're going to have 2 equals to 40. Divide both sides by 4, and t will be equals to 0.5 hour. So distance will be 6 times 0.5 when it was walking, and the distance will be what? That will be 3 kilometers. So if distance is 3 kilometers, when he was running, then it will be what? 8 minus d, which is 8 minus 3, and that is 5 kilometers. So that's the final answer. Next question. A factory purchased a new machine at the cost of 3 million naira. Okay, in its operation, it depreciates at the rate of 15% in the first year and 20% yearly thereafter. Calculate the value of the machine at the end of the third year. Now, let's go straight to the solution. The cost of the machine is 3 million naira. Yes, the cost price is 3 million naira. Now, when the man was using the machine, the machine depreciated in the first year at the rate of 15%. So we need to find the 50% of the cost price. The 50% of the cost price, that's the rate of depreciation. So 15%, that's 15 over 100 multiplied by 3 million naira. So do your calculation. You are going to have 450,000 naira as the rate of the amount that has depreciated. So we are going to remove that amount from the cost price to know the value, the current value of the machine. So 3 million minus 450,000, that will give us 2,550,000. Now in the second year, that one was in the first year. In the second year, the current value is now 2,550,000 naira. So in the second year, what we're going to do now is that we're going to find the 20%, because they said, and 20% yearly thereafter. So that will be 20%, 20 over 100 of what? 2,050,000, and that will give us 510,000. So to get the current value in the second year, the value of the machine will now be 2,550,000 minus 510,000, and that will give us 2,040,000 naira. Now in the third year, the current value in the third year, the current value is now 2,040,000 naira. So we need to find the 20% of that 2,040,000 naira again, and that will give us, to know the rate of depreciation actually,